Hello and welcome to the Parenting Tools podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Jordan, and this is the podcast where myself and Jason have a chat about dadhood, parenthood. If you're a parent wanting to listen to some everyday parents have a chat about the ups and downs, welcome to the pod.
And terrible advice.
So Jace, we are back. Slurp.
It is warm.
It is so warm. Happy Heatwave.
Happy Heatwave.
Happy Heatwave. It is what, we're 30 degrees Celsius today?
It's so warm and I've had the worst time in this week. So my nice car has got, because we've got two cars. One's a nice car and one's a not nice car. The nice car is no longer with us. It was a lease, it's gone back.
My sister's called Elise.
We've now got the terrible car, which has no aircon. The passenger side window doesn't open. And it is very warm.
It's like the 80s.
It feels like the 80s, except in Texas.
Hey?
It was warm in Texas.
I was thinking they've not got nice cars. Sorry, people of Texas. And they were just driving around Polos from 2007.
That was my attempt at saying that global warming is not a myth. And it wasn't this warm. It might have been. Who knows?
It's warm. But yeah, we had 6 weeks off the pod.
6 weeks.
So it's great to be back.
It's great. I mean, it's great to be back, but my whole body's covered in a layer of sweat.
Yeah, man.
Probably a bit too much information.
A film.
Oh.
It's like the top of your mouth after you've had a lozenge.
Oh, yeah.
But all over.
And some places are puddling. But
feeling clammy. Yeah. Before we get into opening questions, we've got a few opening questions this week. We all know time flies.
It does.
Do you want a reminder of how time has flown?
Yes.
My son has finished his first year of school.
No way.
Already.
Oh, my word.
How quickly has that gone?
So is he going to year one?
Year one.
Oh,
yeah, so he's finished reception. Tick that off the list. One down. How many do you have? 11? 11, 12, 10.
I have no idea how long
11 to go. So yeah, he's I can't believe how quickly that's gone.
That is mad. Oh, to be fair, Noah's starting school in September.
Yep.
It is a very bizarre feeling. I'm a little bit sad. Like, as much as I'm elated, I'm a little bit sad that those years have gone.
Yeah.
She's no longer a little toddler.
Well, there's that clip, isn't there? The Jordan Peterson clip. It's like, you have young kids for 4 years. And now, like, that's done.
Yeah, she's no longer young.
No.
Actual child.
Actual living small person.
Yeah. Although, like, we went to a tester day. Is that what they're called?
Taster day?
I don't know. She went to school for like an hour. Sample. And I hadn't managed to get we've got like the parent app working on my phone. And it was obvious that I needed to have that working for my phone. So now I turned up without a book bag.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I felt really bad.
You were that guy?
Yeah, we were that guy. And we were on holiday the week before, so we had no idea that book bags were like expected. Thankfully, I had no concept of what a book bag was.
Were you that only once?
No, there was a few of us.
That's fine then.
But the majority, and it was just that moment where I was like, I need to be an engaged parent. Like, I don't want my child missing out from anything because I've missed the notification on the app.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the worst when you're the only one. Oh. Like, the heatwave started to kick in the last week of school.
Yep.
And there was one day I dropped him off and I thought, he hasn't got sun cream. So I'm going to the other parents. Have you got sun cream? And they're like, yeah, we've put some on. And one went, no, they've not got any. I was thinking, get in. They went, we put it in their bag. I'm like, oh gosh. And eventually I was just asking until someone went, no, we forgot. I'm like, there we go. I'm not the only one. And then it turned out that it was a rubbish day of weather.
Do you know, it gets to the point, isn't it, where being a good parent is really just about being good at admin.
And yep, that's it. Keeping those plates spinning.
Gotta be on the admin train.
That's it. Absolutely.
Although some big news has happened in our household.
Big news.
Big news the last couple of weeks. we've introduced a TV clock.
Right, I can see this on the notes, just as TV clock. And I was thinking, have I written this? What's a TV clock?
I have no idea where my wife came up with this from. Probably found it online or just made it up. But we have now introduced what we call the TV clock. And so Noah gets 1 hour of TV a day. Just 1 hour.
Like a little allowance.
Yeah. And we draw on a clock. And every time she watches some TV, she has to colour in how many minutes she's watched.
That's nice.
And basically, we found that like we were letting her watch a little bit too much TV and she's becoming really ratty. And so we're like, we need to curb this, mainly like for us to keep on top of it as well of how much she's been watching.
Yeah.
But also her mood is so much better without TV.
No, it is mine.
And so like there's days where she comes back and she's got like 45 minutes left of the day. She doesn't just binge watch TV. But there are days where I'm like, I wish we didn't introduce this because I am tired. But it's good. It's working.
And she doesn't put up a fight once she's run out.
No, for some reason, putting it into that little form of like activity,
gamifying
works.
it.
Yeah, works. It's like, oh, great, got 2 minutes left. Perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
When we let her watch it too much, there's been a few occasions where we've just gone like, we're too tired. Let's just add a few extra like minutes on. We already noticed. Then she starts getting ratty.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, an hour is where it needs to stay. But just genius move from my wife there.
Shout out M.
Yep. So the TV clock.
So we allow a bit of TV in the evening. Probably about an hour, I'd say the same. And so today, my son was watching Super Wings on Amazon Prime.
Like chicken shop wings?
No, it's a TV show about a plane.
I was imagining like chicken reviews.
No, Super Wings. No, it's about a plane that delivers parcels around the world. And my daughter does this thing where if she's not interested in what's going on, she'll just go off do her own thing. Yeah. She won't sit there and complain or cry as they turn it. She'll just go do her own thing. So she started to colour in. So he's just watching TV. She's colouring in. I'm on the sofa, texting you, I think, about coming here. And I said, right, it's finished now. Time to go upstairs. I look across at my daughter. Her legs are just covered in pen. In her crayons, there was a pen. And she'd just drawn all over her legs, just lines. And I'm like, I was there. I was within a few meters. Yeah. I didn't, but her back was to me. I just saw the pages on the floor. I had one of those moments. I thought, oh, they're playing so nicely. And then she just coloured her legs in. Yeah, tattoos. There we go. Not for the first time this week. Have I had a parenting? So I had a parenting fail on first day of summer holiday, where your childcare shifts around a little bit. Milo wasn't at nursery. Luke wasn't at school. Leanne was off, but Luke had a party. So Leanne took Luke to the party. I had 2 hours with Milo while I was working from home. I thought, well, I can take my lunch break. I can, work in the living room. So I put the TV on for her. She had some colouring, and she was being brilliant. And she'd come in every now and again. I'd check it every couple of minutes. I'd go check, or I'd just shout to her, see if she's okay. And I was honestly just thinking, she's being so good. And then I had a work call. And I was on the phone for 4 minutes in the kitchen and left her unattended. And she'd got a green Sharpie. There's a theme going on here. Honestly, there is. She'd got a green Sharpie, and I just walked in, and her hands, her face, her feet. I mean, that's impressive in 4 minutes. She just coloured it in. Yes, and you sent me a video as well. It was really cute. I mean, well done. It was chaos. Well done. It was absolute chaos. And it was one of those ones where I just thought, this is my fault. I can't be mad at you. Because it was well executed. It was quick, and I was not clean. The opposite of clean. But no, that balance of summer holiday childcare is now upon us for the first time. I don't understand how we're going to do it. Like the threat of school is like looming on us, and we are scrambling. Like me and Em are both not teachers. We both work 9 to 5. Like how? Mm-hmm. It's a genuine like we're just going full steam ahead into September. Like hopefully we figure it out. But like I don't understand at the moment how parents do it. Yeah, because the school doesn't even offer wraparound care until 5 o'clock.
So there is no option there. And it's like, we don't know what to do. And so genuinely, if you've got some helpful tips, send them in.
Parents and Tools Pod.
There we go.
So now for summer, so Leanne's recently changed jobs. She's still teaching, but she doesn't have the 6 weeks holidays. She has the first 2 weeks off.
Okay.
She's then in for 2 weeks, and she has the last 2 weeks off.
Okay.
So for that middle 2 weeks, I've taken some annual leave. We've got
So that's
parents,
workable.
Yeah, I've got parents helping out, which we're really super grateful for. Like my side, Leanne's side, everyone mucking in. My sister's offered as well to help when she's off with her kids because her boys are on summer holidays. So it's just all hands on deck really to get through those 2 weeks of the summer.
Yeah. Because like my parents still work as well. So it's like if you're spreading out childcare, everyone's taking like annual leave. But for 6 weeks, that's a lot to cover.
Yeah. Yeah, we're quite fortunate in the fact that my mother-in-law's off on a Monday, my father-in-law's off on a Wednesday, and my mum's off on a Friday.
Oh, easy.
So yeah, and then Leanne's off on a Thursday. So really, it's just that one day where we have to try and find cut, and then I've just taken some days off.
So that's not too bad. But it's a genuine question of like, I don't know what to do. And at this point, we're just gonna see what happens.
So yeah, shout out to the parents managing childcare in the summer holidays because there's a lot of, we said it before, a lot of plate spinning.
Yeah.
Opening questions. Should we dive in?
Come on then.
So we've had an opening question from Georgie, and it's, what book can you recite off by heart? Mine is Stickman. I'm guessing that's children's book.
I was about to say, like, the first one that came to my mind was Harry Potter, but not to my daughter.
Leviticus. So yeah, what children's book have you read so much that it's ingrained?
I don't know. I don't have that many children's books committed to memory. My daughter can reel off quite a lot. She can't read much yet, but she can memorize most of her books.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going on a bear hunt.
Do you know all of it?
Oh my goodness.
Word for word.
We're going to find a big one. Or was it catch a big one? I've fallen at the first hurdle.
There we go.
Yeah, what a beautiful day. We're not scared. Honestly, so not so much now, but we had a phase of every night before bed reading, we're going on a bear hunt. And it got to the point where I just wasn't looking at the pages. And just skipping. And then do that thing of like, you try and skip a page and you go, no, you missed the cave. And you're like, dear me.
How many books are you reading at bedtime? Is it one? Because for some reason,
2 max.
Our daughter's like, pull one over. Like, we're on like 4 books.
Oh no.
Well, I say 4 books. I put notes to bed last night and we did 2 normal books. Did a BBC bedtime story that we listened to.
Yeah.
And then I had to tell her a story as well. Maybe I'm just terrible at negotiation.
Maybe. But no, 2 max for me. If it's reading.
Yeah.
I've been reeling off the classics recently, like the 3 Bears.
Wind in the Willow.
Yeah. War and Peace. Like the 3 Bears, the Gingerbread Man. We did Jack and Jill as well. That's more of a nursery rhyme.
I'd say.
But like made that into a story. So yeah, going through them. So I tell, and then I put them into the story.
Oh, lovely.
But one thing I have been doing recently, like this week, is ChatGPT.
Nice.
And telling them to write a story with my kids as the characters, and I'll set up a scenario. So one was they were racing. They were race car drivers in a team, and they won the cup. They won the Golden Cup set in Italy or something like that.
Nice.
And ChatGPT just rolled off this kid's story. We had a sleepover with their cousins the other day, so got ChatGPT to write a story. The 4 of them, that they went on a magical adventure together. I can't remember what it was, and then my second prompt was make it shorter, like 6 paragraphs or something, because it just kept going. I was like, oh no. So yeah, that's been really cool, and it's a different story every time. So yeah, I've been doing that quite a little bit. Getting AI to do the bedtime stories, make it personalised for them.
I'm a big fan of that. Is Stickman Julia Donaldson?
Yeah,
I don't think I've read that one.
I have, but it's not one of the regulars.
Gruffalo. There you go.
Mate,
Recite that
I
one.
love the Gruffalo.
Yeah.
It
Big fan.
tastes good on a slice of bread.
Yeah.
Love the Gruffalo.
I like watching the Gruffalo.
Yeah.
There's a theme here for me.
Yeah, you like the Gruffalo.
It's like stuff that I don't have to listen to.
Gruffalo's good.
Well, thank you for that question, Georgie. We've got another question as well.
Go.
From Becky. Go. Leave.
Make it shorter.
This is from Becky. What's the most ridiculous thing your child has had a tantrum over? Becky, I can't tell you the most ridiculous thing. I can tell you the most ridiculous thing this week.
I was going to say, I could tell you one of the most recent.
And this was like full blown, like as soon as it happened, I wasn't in the room, but I was aware there was a situation going down. Came down the stairs. Noah has hidden under our living room, like our table, like coffee table, screaming, so upset, beside herself. And Emma's just sat there like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, what's going on? And she said she wanted to press the hang up button on Nanny.
Man.
So we had to call Nanny back. Noah literally just said, I wanted to press the hang up button. Boop. She was fine after that.
Problem solved. Mate, aren't they mad?
So bizarre. But easy fix. I was happy for that. Sometimes
it's not an easy fix.
you can't undo what you've just done.
Yeah.
What's the most recent one in your memory?
So I think the most ridiculous thing my 2-year-old has tantrumed over recently is I made her the food she asked for. And you know what? You put the plate down and they go, no! I'm like, it's what you asked for. I can't remember what it was, but it was, whatever it was what she asked for.
Exactly what she asked for.
I think it was sausages and toast or something like that. Yeah, and it was just, for whatever reason, it was wrong. Maybe I'd cut the toast wrong.
It wasn't what she envisaged.
It wasn't what she imagined.
It wasn't her vision.
No. Do it the same, but better. And then a few weeks ago, it was, she asked me for a banana. So I gave her, and she said, take the peel off, or skin off. I can't remember how she worded it. So I took it off completely. She didn't want me to take it off. She wanted me to just start it so she could take it off. So then it was, okay, I'll eat that one. And then gave her a different one. Peeled it like halfway. She then peeled it all the way off. So what I'd already done.
She just wanted to do it.
Put it in the bin and ate the whole thing.
We're having that with oranges at the moment.
Satty Sue's.
But with the little white bits.
The pith.
Yeah. But she was like, I don't like the white bit. I won't take it off. I'll just like go, oh, there we go. And she's happy.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Some of the things, Mum. Some of the things that they've tantrumed over. But yeah, please do let us know. What are some of the weird things that your children have tantrumed over? I've got a quick question before we move on. We were talking about, I can't remember how long ago it was, but someone sent in a parent hack of putting tin foil on the windows when you go on holiday. And you said, I'm off on holiday next week.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Nope. Forgot.
Forgot the tin foil.
Didn't pack the tin foil.
So we can't give that a review.
No.
There we go.
I feel like I let down.
Moving on.
But the holiday was great.
It was a yes or no question. It's my fault. So you had a good time. Centre Parks.
Oh, yeah, that's long ago now.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was right off the back of going to Greece as well. Oh, time of my life. Beautiful. Noah keeps asking me, Daddy, can we go back to Greece?
Yeah, we've had that a few times.
We can go on holiday again. Would you like to go somewhere else? No, I want to go back to Greece.
Yeah.
And she keeps saying specifically, I want it to be hot, but the pool to be cold. Because the pools weren't heated.
Like that contrast.
Yeah. Out of all the things we did, that's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
We can put a pool in the garden and it'll be cold. Not the same.
Yeah.
She wants to go back to Greece, and she wants to go back to Greece with all of our family.
Nice.
To that exact hotel.
That'll be good.
And there's no leeway. But we're not going back.
Find a better one.
No, I like to travel.
Yeah,
I like to holiday.
I would go to Greece every year and just go to a different...
Yeah.
I love Greece.
I like variety.
Italy. I like Italy. I'm just saying things.
I
Spain, love Spain.
So no, didn't try the tinfoil.
Didn't try. I forgot that was the question. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a very exciting email. So we had an email from representatives of Sony Pictures.
Oh, yes, we did.
And which was amazing. It's one of those ones you're like,
I thought we were getting called up.
yeah, you're like, hang on a second, this is cool.
So they want us to star in the next whatever movies they have.
Imagine if we got called into a film.
I doubt it's coming from a podcast.
No, it would go very poorly. So how much tape have you got? So we got asked to go to not a premiere, but a special showing of a new film, Harold and the Purple Crayon. Unfortunately, you couldn't make it.
I couldn't. I was so gutted. I was genuinely so gutted. Because it was like Zachary Levi.
The
guys in Shazam.
Zoe Deschanel. From
Was it?
New Girl.
Was it good?
I'll tell you who else is in it before I answer your question.
Yeah.
Jermaine, I think it's Clements. He's from Flight of the Conchords. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And he does the voice of the crab in Moana.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shiny. Him. He's in it.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, it was really good.
It looked good.
Brilliant film. So you said you were working that day, you couldn't make it.
I was.
So I texted my wife, said, do you want to go to a film premiere at the weekend? She went, not really.
No.
So I showed her the email when we got home. I said, look, it's this film, like it's they said there's going to be fun beforehand, so I think it's going to be fun for the kids. She was like, yeah, let's take the kids. And then we were like, let's just take our oldest, because it's London, it's tubes.
A 2-year-old around London.
A 2-year-old. I think maybe she's a little bit young for the film.
Yeah.
So we took our son. We had the best time.
It looked amazing.
It was incredible. It was really good. Loads of activities for the kids, but the film is genuinely really good. I think it's out today. What's the date today? 31st of July. It's out today. So
What's it called?
Harold and the Purple Crayon. Definitely recommend it. Shout out to Sony Pictures for inviting us along.
I will just have to see it like the normal chums.
Like the peasants.
Yep.
It was amazing. The night before, I was going to bed and I thought, I wonder if we'll get free popcorn.
Did you get free popcorn?
Got free popcorn.
No way.
Yeah, man. I was so chuffed.
Oh. Well, Sony, listen, we're open for more invitations.
Yeah, more open for more popcorn.
Yeah, free popcorn.
And then we just went around London. It was a nice day. And normally I'm a bit thingy about that. I don't particularly like it. I think 'cause I've had bad experiences there before.
In London?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love London.
Because there's not many bins. So there was one day, and we went when I was quite young. I just ended up carrying my rubbish around with me. And I thought, this is just really busy and there's no bins.
No bins, no toilets. What's going on?
Yeah. So I've always let that kind of mar my view of London. But we had a lovely day. Took Luke around Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square.
All the squares.
All the squares. Loads of squares. Saw Big Ben. Which every time I see Big Ben, same with the Eiffel Tower, it surprises me how big it is. I've seen it before, but every time I'm like, gosh.
Oh yeah, it's quite big.
That's got some height to it. So yeah, had a lovely day with Lee and Luca in London. It was great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Had a lovely time, yeah. Harold and the Purple Crayon. Go check it out in cinemas if you're looking for something to do over the summer holidays.
What was the last time you, apart from then, when was the last time you went to the cinema?
I don't know.
I
do know.
Ooh.
Me and my dad went for Father's Day.
Oh, lovely.
Just the two of us. We went to see the new Planet of the Apes film.
Nice. Was it good? I think I've already asked you this.
Not the best. I think it's on an episode we lost. Part of our break behind the scenes was just technical problems. Yeah. We had 2 episodes recorded. We really struggled to get them out. We got one out and we've written off the second one.
Yeah, I'm getting PTSD from
It's just twitching.
those files. I was considering solo cinemaing the other day.
Oh, mate, I love a solo cinema.
Yeah, considered it going to see Deadpool. Not seen it yet.
And Wolverine.
So, yeah. Consider just sneaking away. Not done it yet, so I'll let you know.
I might go see that.
Just a little
Solo cinema.
put myself a meeting.
Oh. Well-being.
With Mr. Reynolds. And Q.
So yeah, mate. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. I'll go see it with you if you want.
Yeah, forget the time.
I've just invited myself.
Well, Em doesn't want to see it, so I'm quite happy.
Yeah, Lee wouldn't want to see it.
There we go.
There we go. Should we go now? Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
So, I mean, another part of the big break, and this is a serious, like, big change that's happened in, like, my household as well. So I quit my job.
You quit your job.
I quit my job without another job lined up.
Big move.
Big move. So for the regular listeners will know, so if you're new, I'm a minister of a church. Well, I still am until the end of August.
Yep.
For the last like year, I've had some like health issues and then mental health issues all intertwined. And it just got to a point where I really wasn't coping. And so I went out to new meds, took some time off, and I wasn't recovering as quick as I'd like to.
Yeah.
And like the type of job that I do is kind of all encompassing. Every time that I'm not doing the pod, I'm doing like church work.
Yeah.
And it is like you have to be like physically, mentally, spiritually there, like on it. And it got to the point where I really just wasn't self-aware. Like my brain chemistry was so out of whack. Yeah. I just had no self-awareness. I couldn't tell you what I liked, what I didn't like. I had no motivation. And so I just thought, and so yeah, I took some time off and I didn't really get any better. So literally just had to decide like, I'm not going to get any better anytime soon. And the type of job it is, you can't really like a phased return. As much as I could practically do it, it would have detrimental effects on everything. Yeah. So just felt it was the right thing. So quit.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's really bizarre. So for the next kind of couple of years at least, I'm changing like career. Just give myself that extra level of less of stress.
Changing career.
Yeah, just for
north and south, or just it's quite a big claim.
Just to give myself a little less stress.
Yeah.
And the job market right now is not very good. But what's really bizarre is I haven't had to have a proper interview in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's not like a proper, I've had interviews, but they've all been specifically for that role of like pastor of a church.
Yeah.
And it's a very different skill set. Whereas I'm having normal interviews again. And it's so bizarre. What I really don't like is the weird, like, do you understand like the LinkedIn language?
Oh, yeah.
Can't stand it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like, can't we just talk normally now?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so that's a big change. And so just that plus changing car.
Changing car.
Yeah. Two big things going on at the same time.
So, how do you feel?
It's a good question. I don't really know.
Because I was there last year with, I mentioned this in a few episodes ago, like the solution for me and my anxiety and stuff that I was going through was quit my job. To solve that. That would then open another world, another door of different stress of finding a job.
Yeah.
Paying for the mortgage, all that sort of stuff. If you feel like that weight has been lifted with quitting,
so,
or are you now in that kind of, oh no, what am I going to do phase?
I would say I feel like 40% better.
40?
Yeah. I'd say 40%. But in contrast to, it was the worst I've ever felt in my life. And so even though I'm 40% better, I'm still not good. Even like compared to like last year.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I recognize I can function doing like work and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But mentally, I'm still not fully there. Quitting has definitely taken off a massive like load off, and it feels really like lighter. And from the interviews that I've been doing for the jobs that I'm going for, it's all really manageable. It's not like dealing with people's lives. It's just doing work for people, which is great. But yeah, I think there's still some time to go. So I've been on some new tablets for like 3 weeks. The doctor said it takes 6 weeks for you to get fully adjusted, and then they adjust like how much you're taking. So, but honestly, like I think after a couple of days of taking these tablets that I'm on sertraline, which basically just gives you a serotonin boost. It regulates your serotonin in your body. After like a couple of days, I was feeling like more and more myself every day. It was so bizarre. And yeah, so just see what happens. So I think there's definitely a point of, it was the right decision to quit and change job, but it didn't solve the issue 100%. And so now it's just figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because everything else in life was like great. And so it was, what's going on? So yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah. And being a parenting podcast, how does that affect you as a dad, as a parent?
The hardest thing is like making a decision that you know is right, but you know is also going to have negative effects on your family. So like, as much as like our kids are young, they can feel when something's changing and it's a bit uneasy and a bit unsettled.
Yeah.
So the idea of me not having a job at the moment is stressful to my wife. And Noah picks up on that stress and just in the general uneasiness of what's going on.
Yeah.
And like my job was also a big part of our family life. So we'd all go to the same church on Sunday. That's all now changing. And like, that's a whole change of routine. So that is a big impact. So being a parent, there's definitely a huge level of like guilt of, oh man, I've put my family in this position. But it's when you're thinking in your right mind, there was no other solution. Like this, I'm making this decision so I can be a better parent down the road. And actually it does help us in the long term. Like in the short term, it changes all our plans and that's difficult. But in the long term, it really does help us. And it is difficult. I think even just having mental health issues as a parent can impact you. And like, you have to really, like, I'm so thankful that I've got my wife just to bounce those, when I'm having those thoughts, the negative thoughts, I can just like throw them out there. And she's like, no, they're completely illogical. Sometimes like, yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
But when it's the completely illogical ones, and I think that's what it is for me. Before I knew myself really well. I knew when a thought was just like not right or just negative or wasn't normal. Now I'll have days where I just have no sense of self-awareness, where I'm like, I don't know which of these are actually true. And so I need that someone else, okay, no, that's not right. That's right. You're doing great. Or you need to do better. That level, which is really bizarre.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said something there, that our kids are young, but they do pick up on stuff. So on Sunday, I had one of those days where, do you know when you're just in a mood?
Yeah.
And like, you've got a headache that you can't shake. It's funny because you said that you had a full week of sleep. And then when that was taken away, it was like worse than how you were feeling when you weren't having the sleep. We had 2 days of full sleep last week and it was incredible. And then we had 2 nights of really rubbish sleep. And it just like the Sunday, I was just done. I was like, and you're in a mood.
Yeah.
And you can't get out of it. The paracetamol wasn't working. And my little boy just looked at me and he just went, why aren't you happy? And I felt bad then. I was thinking, am I giving off that much of a vibe?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm fine. I said, I'm just not feeling great today. That's all. And I said to him, just in a bit of a bad mood. And he was like, okay. And just kind of carried on. But it's very easy not to give them the social credit that they know when something's off.
Yeah.
And for him just to go, why aren't you happy? I thought, bless him.
It's really interesting because like Noah's noticed when I've been like more down than usual.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that I'm really negative, but just not myself. And she'll say things like, so when I pick her up from preschool, I bring her like treats.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, do we need to go get a treat? Like, that's her way of going like, do you need to feel better? Like all those, and it's just like, oh, breaks my heart. But also it's just part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really weird. But it's what was really difficult. And like, I don't know how much this relates to a lot of people, but quitting my job was also just a huge like pride thing. Like I've done a great job at my job. Like I'm leaving the place a much better position than what I found it in. Like I'm very happy with that. But it was a huge thing just to go, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that like eating my pride was so difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm going to have to go through this. Everyone's going to know about it. I'm going to have to be okay with that. And I'm completely fine with that. But it's that whole process is so difficult.
Yeah.
Because again, as a parent, you play in your mind of, oh, like, what are my kids going to learn from this? Like all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that was huge. But also now on the other side, well, kind of not finished yet. Definitely the right thing.
Yeah. It's one of those as well where, like you said before, you're doing it for your family, but having a family puts pressure on that decision.
Oh yeah.
Because they are literally your dependents. They depend on you.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, they would say, Dad, quit your job.
Yeah.
Do what's best for you. Do what makes you happy. Well, they probably say that now, but obviously without the understanding of the gravity of it. My mum told me last year, she said, I had a similar situation. She said, when you were about 16, maybe a bit younger or a bit older, and you just said, just quit. Do what makes you happy. And I think our kids would tell us that.
I think there's a level of, there's a change of priorities, and feeling that as a parent, really actually helps in the decision making. Because if I hadn't had Noah, I probably wouldn't have quit. And that sounds really weird, but there's less pressure to look after yourself.
Yeah.
When you don't have kids. And that's a really bizarre way to think of it. But I look back on just like my past with Em and stuff that we've been through, times where we didn't quit, we probably should have done. If we had kids, we would have quit because it would have been better for the whole family unit. But we just powered through. And I think there's that dynamic where the priorities are not anything to do with my career. The priorities are that I'm like a good dad.
Yeah.
Like I can, even when I'm looking for work, it's like I'm trying to find where I can absolutely, make the most money, but also have the most time at home.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the balance that I'm now going for. And that it takes everything.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite helpful because it says no to a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, if it gets really tight and I just need to get a different job, sure, I'll take anything. But whilst we've got that level of actually have a degree of choice here, try and play it to our strengths.
So what kind of job are you looking at?
So I'm looking at like design jobs. So I used to work in a design studio. So it's fairly like practical and in theory swift to get back into other jobs. The thing that I'm like weighing up at the moment is I would love to do my own business. And I think right now is probably a really good chance to try it while I've got a little bit of breathing room and see if it works, if it fails. But the other idea and the other thing that's really bizarre is I've never, for the last 10 years, I haven't asked myself, what do I want to do? I was just fixed on this is what I want to do in my life. And I was going for it and it was great and I enjoyed it. Whereas now I'm asking myself again in my 30s, what career do I want? Yeah. That's so weird. Because it's like I'm a different person now than I was 10 years ago when I decided that was my career path. And it's like the type of experiences you want from work are very different.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one job that I wanted that I couldn't do because of my family, and I blame them.
What, like there was astronaut?
No, there was a funded job in Saudi.
Ooh.
They would pay all your moving fees, pay for all your training with a guaranteed job.
I'd be tempted.
And it was a good job, so Em wouldn't have had to work, but it's in Saudi. I toyed with it.
Mate, I would have.
But it's Noah's starting school in September. Crucial.
They have schools over there.
And it wasn't enough money where you would be comfortable. So like it would still be tight. If it was great, if you're listening.
Well, if you're listening and you need a designer, hit Jason up.
If you got lots of money.
So you mentioned big changes. And I jotted a few things down while you were talking. Because there's been a few big changes since we last recorded.
Oh, there has.
There's been some massive changes.
Trump got shot.
That's the first one I got. Trump
or did he?
Yeah. That was wild. Have you seen the thing where it's the angle of his head?
Yeah.
The graph. How incredible.
So I'm in the camp of I think there was definitely a bullet. I don't think it was staged. However, there is no mark on his ear. and your ear takes so long to heal. So how is there so much blood?
Because he got shot.
Yeah, but there's no mark.
Like, well, he's got a lot of hair covering it.
No, there's a picture of his ear, fresh, from like a couple of days ago.
I imagine there's a lot of makeup, probably some prosthetic involved.
I think if there was a mark, he'd ham it up.
He would show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was wild.
But still, he nearly got shot.
You know, my take on the moon landing. I love a conspiracy. My thing is, how was the person allowed up onto the roof? There weren't many buildings.
And apparently they saw him before. Loads of people in the crowd saw him.
I've seen the video of people like pointing up at him saying there's a guy up there with a gun. I don't know. I think he definitely got shot with a real gun with a real bullet.
Oh, he's dead.
I just think the person was maybe. I don't know if we'll get in trouble for this.
I think they were turning away.
Yeah, I think someone turned a blind eye to him.
If he'd actually got shot, if Trump died, I think there would have been like civil war.
Mm.
I think like if you're American, listen to this. You seem crazy from over here.
Why have you all got guns?
Why are there so many guns?
Loads of guns. The Euros happened.
Euros, yes.
England got to the final.
Oh.
It's funny because in our last episode, England had played 2 games.
Yeah.
And we were saying, oh, England aren't doing well. And you were in a bad mood because England weren't playing well.
They stumbled their way to the final.
Got to the final, got pipped by Spain. I say pipped, comfortably beaten by Spain.
Comfortably. Better team.
England got a new Prime Minister. Well, the UK. We got a new Prime Minister.
Yeah, we did.
Big up Keir Starmer if you want to come on the pod.
There we go.
Let us know. Yeah, that was, I think that was a foregone conclusion. Everyone knew that was going to happen.
Do you know what? I'm not very like politically like aligned. I'm not bothered in a lot of senses. But it does really feel like the adults are back in charge.
I'm not informed enough to know if...
I've only seen a few videos of like the PM questions or whatever it is. It just feels a lot more civil.
I think, when it comes to voting and things, you realise that you're quite selfish.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What does this person do for me? And it's like, right, tick the box, cross the box. But also, our generation, since we've been allowed to vote, it's just been carnage. It's been absolute chaos. We had the Nick Clegg complete 180 where he said, we're going to lower student fees. And then he got in and tripled them. We had the Brexit thing, which obviously was a joke.
Shambolic.
And then I think we had 3 or 4 prime ministers that weren't voted for.
On the trot.
And then we had like COVID and, that throws different things in. Boris and the political parties going on during COVID times. It's just been like, since I've been 18, this complete web of people doing things that they didn't say they were going to do or doing things that they said they weren't. And the trust has completely gone from my generation and my age.
The thing is, this is probably why I don't get into politics, because it makes me mad. Like, what I don't understand, I read an article the other day of some of the Labour Party's PMs had got removed or suspended or something because they went against the party's votes.
Right.
But they're representing their local constituents.
Yep.
And it's like, we vote for our local constituents. We don't vote for the national parties. That's how our system works.
Yep.
Yet if they're not allowed to act on behalf of their local constituents, what's the point?
What is the point?
Anyway, but I don't know enough about it.
That's the thing.
To actually be properly vexed.
And I think that's it. I think there's a lot of people our age that, we're like, well, they're all the same. Doesn't matter who you vote for. It's just, same thing in a different package. And like, then we're shut off from it. But then we're less informed, so we don't know what decisions to make. Anyway, this isn't political podcast.
The rest is parenting.
The rest is nice. And then the other thing that has happened and is currently happening, the Olympics is on in Paris. And
I've not really seen much about the Olympics.
I love the Olympics.
Really?
Just, watching obscure sports and suddenly becoming an expert.
What's your favourite one?
Favourite sport?
In the Olympics?
The athletics. I think that goes for...
What's your favourite obscure sport?
Probably like gymnastics.
Really?
Yeah.
Not ping pong?
I watched a bit of the ping pong today. Yeah, I watched a bit of that. I like the diving. I think, for me, athletics, then like track cycling, then swimming and diving, and then the gymnastics. Watched a bit of basketball, watched a bit of handball, watched hockey.
Wow.
But just like, I was watching this guy from Kazakhstan, on the parallel bars. I've never been on the parallel bars, and I'm there going a bit sloppy on the dismount. I've got
They need to have a regular person go on first. Everyone says this, like even on the rate, just show us what normal people can do.
Yeah.
And then go on.
Or a regular person commentating. Yeah. So I've always done a couple of twisty things there.
Isn't that guy, I think is on TikTok, who does commentary but just like makes up the words?
Oh, is it the angry Australian
I have
guy?
no idea.
I don't know. So yeah, that was a few changes since we last recorded.
Did you see the Olympics opening?
I did.
I've only seen like little clips online.
Yeah, a bit rubbish. It was a bit boring and a bit rubbish.
It's a bit weird. Just weird.
Yeah, a bit weird. I just think you had the opportunity to show you the best of you, and you showed a man dressed like a weird Smurf, and it's just it's just a bit odd. It's just, you had an opportunity, and that's what you did with it. Weird. Yeah, it was boring. We turned it off not because of any sort of religious outrage. We were just bored and said, "This is naff," and put Netflix on.
I've not seen much. I've seen literally zero of the Olympics this year.
Yeah, get into it, mate.
What one thing?
It's coming home.
What one thing that isn't a sport do you think should be in the Olympics?
That isn't a sport.
Yeah, or something that should, or technically could be a sport, should be in the Olympics.
Not including sports that aren't in the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's like chess, for example.
Oh, you can include. Is chess a sport?
It's not a sport, but like a competitive.
Yeah, you can include those. Tetris playing.
Not esports. Because I think athletes have to be like the peak. They're like, like darts.
Yeah.
I think darts is really entertaining, but you don't look at them and think you are the peak.
So
but it is so impressive. Have you got one that you would?
No.
Because the first thing that I thought of was changing a duvet.
I thought about changing a nappy.
That's really tricky.
Do they have that as a competition, though, don't they?
Changing a duvet?
There's like a hotel bed changing competition. And it's like, you watch, I went down a rabbit hole.
Sounds like you did.
They can do it quick. And it looks amazing.
What else? It's like something cooking related. Something that's technical where you have to do something with skill.
Yeah.
So maybe changing a duvet isn't. But that,
Yeah. It's like there's competitions for espresso, isn't there?
Is that, mate? What have you been watching?
Oh, yeah. What's his name? The coffee guy on YouTube. Something Hoffman. Is it Hoffman? I'm going to get butchered by the coffee lovers.
Wim Hof?
I don't know. There's legit like competitions.
We have tangented.
I don't even know how we got here.
Olympics.
Things that happened in the last 6 weeks.
Things that happened in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the listeners for sticking with us. We've had a few messages of people saying, great to hear you back. So yeah, appreciate you guys.
Good to be back.
So yeah, if you want to get in touch with us, please do at Parenting Tools Pod.
Can we tease any of the upcoming guests?
I mean, they might not want to be teased.
That's true.
Just leave me alone.
If you're still listening at the whatever minute we're at now, 48 minutes or something. Can we do that?
Go on,
Or do we leave it hanging?
Look how excited you are.
Or do we? Is it enough just to say we've got a really? For me, it's really exciting.
It is really exciting. We've still got to iron out the logistics.
Yeah, well, maybe we won't say that. Don't know.
It might fall through.
Yeah, it might fall through. But just be. There's some exciting guests.
We've got a TV personality in the pipeline. I say personality, icon.
Icon, yeah. National treasure.
Legend.
Actual national treasure.
Thanks for listening.